resolution 2016-6, changing to the Landscaping and Lighting Act. Does anyone want to comment? What'd you say, Jim? No, I was waiting to see if Jim said something.
Okay, John's got something.
Okay. Go ahead, John.
Several months ago, the board gave direction to staff to do a poll and get the community's opinion on the streetlight assessment, which many found confusing. Over 81% of the community polled stated that they wanted the district to reach out to the community's input on this issue. Tonight's agenda item is the start of this process with the community's desire.
Director's comments?
Well, can we get from council how that works procedurally? How many days does this normally take? And what's involved? This is the first step? What's the next step? And what's the final step?
This is the first and baby step to authorize the initiation of the process, to obtain the study that will be brought back to you at a later date for your review, consideration, and ultimately be brought to you for approval with regard to how charges would be imposed were the various landscape and lighting assessment district areas annexed into the assessment district number 2. That study will be put together and brought to you for your consideration, and then we will undertake the Proposition 218 process where notices are sent out and a majority protest is the standard by which the voting will be judged. But we are not at that stage yet. This is merely to commission the study. It is the first step, and you can stop at any time. It is your decision. So it's just merely the first step to start the study.
Director, any other director's comments?
Well, I guess the other big question, there's 40 districts involved. And is that all the districts? I mean, even the ones that voted for it last time, the ones that voted against it?
It's everything. Yes.
Everybody's in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should move forward with this.
Motion?
Motion?
Yep.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
A roll call, it's
Roll
resolution.
call, okay.
Vice President Landsgaard,
Aye.
Director Williford,
Yes.
Director Glennan,
Yes.
Director MacKay,
Yes.
President Wallis,
Yes. Any comments? I think this is doing with, has to do with Westpark and the pool, right?
No, this is a harassment policy, I think, or something like that.
No, the harassment's the next one.
Pool is,
This has to do with the pool, right, Sam?
okay.
Any comments? Yes.
Is this on MB1?
It's on the pool.
It's on MB2.
MB2, okay.
We went right past MD1, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Shirley's not here for the presentation on that one.
She wasn't, no.
And are we still paying for the lights that have been turned off, that were voted no and turned back on? Is this what we're talking about
Would
here?
you like
We're
to-
gonna
would
do
you
a
like-
study on?
Would you like to come up here?
Yeah, I will. Sorry. Okay, so on NB1, this is the street lights that were voted on previously to be turned off. People voted to have them turned off and you turned them back on.
No, this is everything.
This is everyone. It's all of them.
Everybody.
Everybody.
That's us that are still paying for the street lights
Yes.
that we voted to have turned on. But the people that voted for them to be turned off and you turned back on, they're not paying for it still. Is that correct?
Right.
So how are we paying
I'm not
this?
totally correct. They're
You're
paying
paying
$1.
$1.
They're paying $1 a month.
They're paying their dollar, but they're not paying on their taxes for the street light. I called Kern County and I told them I wasn't going to pay that fee on my taxes. And they informed me that I was. But I told them also in turn, well, what happens to the people that voted no, and they got their street lights turned back on for free? And the RCSD is paying for them monthly. They said to discuss that with you. well, none of us are happy about it, of course, that are paying on our taxes for the streetlights, and those that do not, that voted no, that you turn theirs back on, are jumping for joy. So, how are we going to take care of this? When you do the study, are you going to get the money back from those people that are getting free lights right now?
Nobody's getting quick
Legal-
phone.
Or is that what the study's going to be?
Let the legal counsel answer.
That will be among the things considered in the study, yes.
Okay, because then everybody will pay their fair share at the end.
That's what will be considered in the study.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's good, thank you.
Yeah, that's a good answer from that.
Pool,
On the pool, I noted that, it lists all 499 homes that are in Westpark. It looks like it's part of our resolution, so, I was concerned with language at the end of it, where it says that, where's that far down? ME2 is the, yes, that's number 7. Which one are we on?
we're on 216-7.
Okay, the problem with I have with that is it says, this exemption shall be limited to 4 household members per
I
resident.
can't hear. I can't hear.
Okay, what it says is, this exemption is if it's for the exemption regarding Westpark residents.
Yeah.
But it says this exemption shall be limited to 4 household members per Westpark resident, and shall not exempt Westpark residents from any other user fees that may be charged by the district at the swimming complex, including but not limited to fees for swim lessons, recreation classes, or space rentals. What I'd like to see is the language changed so the exemption shall be limited to household members, and strike out per Westpark residents. And the reason for that is, obviously there are some people who, one person owns a house, there's only one person in the household, there's some people who have 8 people in the household. And to set it up so that only 4 members of a household could attend, I don't think is correct, and is not really fair. And I talked it over with someone who does pool consulting, and then I understood that Lizette has the ability for printing cards. And everybody can get their own card, everybody in the family can get the card, it's really easy to check to make sure they're household members. And if they have 8 people in the household or 10 people in the household, then all household members should be able to go to the pool. If we have one person in the household, obviously one person would go to the pool. But the bottom line is, I would like the board to consider striking the word "for" the household and for Westpark resident. If that's ready for the, go ahead.
If I may speak to that, what you're reading from Director Landsgaard is the staff report. The resolution itself merely directs the general manager to take all necessary and appropriate actions to implement the resolution, including creating procedures for efficiently and effectively verifying the residency of Westpark residents for general admission to the swimming complex. That is what the resolution says.
At the very end of it, I think at the very end of it says, the number 4, is striking the words "per Westpark residents."
Second. All in favor?
Roll call.
Roll call?
We might have a discussion.
We have public comment? I don't think we have public comment on this item.
Public comment?
Okay, there is none.
Aye.
Dr. Schindler?
Yes.
Director Glennan?
Yes.
Director MacKay?
Yes.
President Wallace?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
that we just passed, the people in Westpark have been paying for this pool for years, and the rest of the community has not. So what we're trying to do is make it amenable so that the people that live in Westpark get the free swimming. And if there's any other sundry things to go on, they'll have to pay for those things. But the rest of the community will have to pay to use the pool.
What's the fees gonna be at?
I'm sorry?
What would the fees be at when you're paying for the pool? Charging the other individuals other from the West Park?
what we're doing right now is we're giving direction to the general manager, and he will set the fees, and they'll come back before the board at that time, and we'll take a vote on it.
We're looking at like after mid-May for the pool to open, so we'll have time to get that together.
Okay, ND4,
That'd be 3.
3, I'm sorry. Do we want Lizette explain this first, before we ask for public comments? Go ahead.
Okay, so before you have resolution 2016-8, amending the employee handbook regarding harassment, discrimination, retaliation, prevention policy. Effective April 1st, 2016, there are new regulations for California's Fair Employment Housing Act, which is also known as FEHA. These changes will impact most California employers and are intended to conform with the regulations to recent court decisions. Employers must comply with numerous new requirements affecting the provisions of a compliant and anti-discrimination, harassment, and retaliation policy, distributing the policy to all employees, and meeting the new mandated training requirements. It is suggested that the attached policy replace the district's current prohibited harassment policy in order to comply with the new regulations adopted by the Fair Employment and Housing Commission.
Any public comments? Director's comments?
Has the council had a chance to review this?
Yes, prepared by my office, so
Fair by
yes,
your office, okay.
well and truly reviewed.
Motion?
So
So
moved.
move. Second.
All in favor, is this?
Roll
Roll
call.
call.
Vice President Landsgaard,
Aye.
Director Schimmelbecker,
Yes.
Director Glennan,
Yes.
Director MacKay,
Yes.
President Wallis.
Yes. All right, ND4, we're gonna ask the Director of Public Works to comment on this, and then afterward, public comments.
Thank you. Simon CRE, the developer for the Dollar General store across the street, submitted a request for variance from our standard sewer specifications. The sewer lateral, because the distance from our sewer main, they cannot achieve the appropriate fall, so their only feasible option would be to install a pump and a pressurized sewer lateral to serve the sewer. A variance such as this requires board approval. That's why you have this enforcement.
Any public comments, questions? Director's comments or questions?
In 1993, we passed a resolution for a variance for Apple Blossom, for a lift station there. Has the district ever had to pay any money for that lift station to be repaired?
Yes.
Okay. At the time that we passed that, we were told that there would be no maintenance costs to the district, that the developer would take care of all the costs. Is that in part of this variance that you're asking for here? Or?
This would be a different situation because it's on the sewer lateral and not the sewer main. So part of our ordinance, Article 12, Section 12.09 states that sewer laterals will be maintained by the property owner. So that would relieve us of any responsibility on this.
One other question though. Do you need a lift station because they're pumping it up over to the north side of Rosamond Boulevard, or where's the sewer line at?
Yes, it's on the north side of Rosamond Boulevard, so because of the distance and there's also some other utilities that are in the way, they can't achieve the appropriate fall. They have to go under a AT&T conduit and then 2 pressurized gas mains.
Do we have a sewer main that goes south?
No, we don't.
Do we know we have one that goes all the way to Patterson, runs over?
Not on 35th Street.
It's not 30th. What's the closest sewer line to 35th?
There's one on Rosamond Boulevard, the next one would be at San Jacinto, approximately 600 feet south. So in the depth of that, they can achieve the appropriate fall gravity bed either.
Okay.
Any other directors' comments? Motion?
Public comment would be appropriate.
Public comment? I think I asked that.
Move that we approve the variance for application.
Roll call. All in favor?
Alright.
Aye, opposed?
Unanimous.
Directors' reports, comments, future agenda items. Start with Mr. Glenn.
Literally, but I'm a member of one of the advisory groups for the high-speed rail. and we had a meeting here, and, I asked if they could really give us a good map that would show which properties from Rosamond Boulevard to A is it gonna go through. And they assured us they could do that, and I think Brock's looking on that, but maybe Brock could speak more to that. That was about a week ago here.
Yeah, they said that the final route has not been approved yet, so they can't supply those maps to us until the final route has been approved by their board of directors.
It's still out there around 60th Street.
Yeah.
Ed?
I attended the AVAC meeting, and one of the things that came up in the AVAC meeting is that their allotment was raised to 45%. And it can also, because of the wet weather that we're having, it could be increased again. So they're gonna have a surplus of water that's there. Also, I attended an SD RMA meeting, and the things that were discussed there were liability that the different agencies have. And right now, we're all covered for the things that were brought up there. That's in my report.
Well, we were supposed to hear from it at the RMAC meeting from the county council on how we're doing on county codes, dealing with the proliferation of the marijuana distribution centers in Rosamond, and there was a power outage, so there wasn't no meeting. There'll be another RMAC meeting on the 21st of April, and of course the other news, I guess, last year. Former board member, Dr. Robert Shear.
And we closed our last meeting.
Yeah, I know we did, but I don't know if anybody want to talk about that at all. Anyway, he was on the board for a number of years, and before that he was he was the superintendent of schools for Southern Kern Unified School District from approximately 1980 to 1992. During the first program that we had, and dealt with a lot of those issues, and he ever walked down Rosamond Boulevard and look across the street from the school, you see, of course, Foster Freeze, but next to that is Devonshire, which he built, the storage place, which he and his wife Kay built. Behind Foster Freeze, the Bryan Manor Apartments, which he lived in at the end of his life, which he built. And you like Chinese food, that little shopping center there across there where the Chinese food restaurant is, he built that one as well. So that was long before we ever started developing with all the new houses in Rosamond. And someone took an interest in our town and made it grow, so we'll miss him.
He's working on the bank.
He's still working on getting my bank back in the town, which hasn't happened yet, but that actually will, if you're interested in helping Dr. Shearer out, he's no longer here, write your congressman, because what has to happen is a change in Frank Dodd rules as far as federal regulation of banks. It's made it too hard for them to regulate small banks, so the small banks say, well, we can't keep them open, so they disappear. So hopefully, we get a change there that might bring the bank back to us. That's all I have.
Yes. No. All right, general counsel update. Any future agenda items first? General counsel.
Just a reminder, if you haven't done so yet, turn in your Form 700. The deadline is now passed. Thank you.
All right. General manager, he's sick, so.
I have no updates.
No updates.
Well, I had a question about all this surplus that it's talking about, this water.
Yeah, surplus.
Yeah, where is it?
How are we gonna do, what are we doing to bring some of it over here? If we can? If it's, I'm talking about wrong.
Yeah, so if there's water available, this year we did not budget for in the 2015-2016 for potable water or raw water, because it was not available. So
When they say it's not available, or 45% available, I assume, Mr. Smith said that we're 2 acre feet of water per second is running past Sacramento right now down the river into the ocean. What can we do to bring some of that water here now before June 30th? Maybe we could get a special budget item if we could appropriate some money to do that. If it's a good deal.
yeah, if it's available,
of this, that the water doesn't continue to move out.
Repairs, 3 angle stop replacements. We had 1 main line valve that we had to replace behind Albertsons for the fire sprinkler line. It was snapped off in the middle of the day. We had to wait till all the businesses were closed to shut off their water and replace the valve. We had 28 lockoffs for non-payment, 306 lockoff door tags hung. We completed our monthly meter reading. We've continued to install master meters. We're currently at 2,560 meters installed. We located the reclaimed line that's on the north side of the Rosamond Hills apartments for the future reclaimed connection. That connection would serve the elementary school, Glendower Park, and Rosamond Hills. And we replaced 1 cork stop valve. We did 2 repairs at the sewer plant and removed a pump for repair. We sent out to be repaired at the sewer plant.
We relocated the line is on the west side or the east side of Sierra Highway?
It's west of Sierra Highway, north of Rosamond Hills.
Any questions?